Testing the mic. There we go. Testing the mic. Should we? Hold on, give me a second. Okay. I need to update the. I think it's this. So I know you can. So that way I can add the thumbnail right away. Nice. So then people won't. Looks like we got 3 people tuned in and 2 comments. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and save the changes. Get the description updated. Hello and welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen around the world. Thank you for tuning in to LJ Nation Livestream number 17, a 2-hour special today where we are going to be going in depth about all the characters in Overwatch. We thought we had some requests to cover character backgrounds. Jay has an extensive knowledge of all the characters in Overwatch, and we figured it was probably best to just have a video that we can refer everyone to once they ask us, and we can say, hey, tune into live stream number 17 and we're going to go fully in depth with all the characters. As you can see, we're going to be reading off the comments from my computer. That way I get them in real time, and that way we also can interact with the audience in real time as well. So thank you for Gamers Therapy and Galactic Gamers for tuning in to us. Do your thing. I'm just giving the PS4 to the child. Alright, no problem. So we can see the comments coming in live here, and in that way you can see the game in full screen. So Jay, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Today's a good day.
Today's gonna be a great day.
2-hour special
Wolf.
live stream.
Thanks for joining in.
Jay, what's going on? 2-hour special live stream. Today's a good day. Been looking forward to it all day.
2-hour. Yeah, we sound crystal. So perfect.
Crystal. Do you hear that, folks? It's crystal.
So I'm thinking new loot boxes. So maybe we can get those and then work on our competitive
Oh,
play.
that's right. That's right. It reset today.
Yep.
Forgot about that. You know, something that interesting happened.
What's that?
Surprise Bastion buff coming to the PTR soon.
Really?
Yep.
So you want to explain that a little bit?
Well, I through my connections, you know how it goes.
Through the grapevine.
The word on the down low is that Bastion himself, the Omnic of Overwatch, E54, you know, the robot.
Yeah.
That guy. He is gonna get a buff to his recon mode, which is when he's standing up, and the spread of the bullets will be a little decreased, so it'll be a little bit more precise, and each shot will do a little bit more damage.
Okay.
And in his turret mode, the spread is actually going to be increased a little bit, and they are going to remove headshots.
Okay.
This will kind of set up a tank buster.
Yeah.
For him, really
removing headshots completely.
Really, yeah.
Okay.
For his turret mode.
Small gamer, we appreciate you tuning in. Wolf Young Wolf says, I'm honestly not surprised about the Bastion buff. It's actually a good buff. And they're buffing D.Va's defense matrix so that it will eat all bullets now.
Right. The little self-repair that Bastion does is also going to be buffed in the sense that he's now going to be able to use it while moving around. And if he takes damage, it's not going to stop repairing him.
That's cool.
Which is very...
I guess that makes up for...
It's a big buff. I think he needs it, definitely. He hasn't really seen any competitive play throughout the 3 seasons, and so this will kind of hopefully bring him in a little bit to the competitive side of Overwatch.
Sure. Young Wolf says, not going to be surprised if Bastion is in the new meta for competitive now. We would have to agree. Such cool intel. Thank you. That's great. You know, we're right now we got we're all set up here on the Sofa Studio. We're really getting efficient with the way that we can do live streams now, and it's becoming. I mean, it's always enjoyable, but it's becoming very enjoyable now that we got the whole setup. We got Jay made some homemade fried pickles. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
It's pretty good.
So, we got our drinks in hand. We got fried pickles by arm's length, and we're rocking and rolling. Hey, Derek, thank you for joining. Hey guys, just picked this up, so looking forward to learning some stuff. Awesome. So Derek's new to Overwatch, so we can teach him all about the different characters and everything. Something cool about Derek is a channel that I happened to start following recently called We Are Gamers. He was one of the moderators in the comment section, and he said we have good voices for live streams, and really was looking forward to our podcast, or our live stream here. So
good deal.
Thank you for tuning in. This will be good for me as well. Gamers Therapy Unit says, yeah, awesome. It's gonna be cool to really go in depth with all the characters. So let's start out with the first one, shall we? We kind of covered this a little bit yesterday, or what was it? It wasn't yesterday. It was the other day. These days are flying by. But essentially, what we've been doing, how we're going to do this is we're going to use Jay's knowledge as well as my research, and that's kind of how we complement each other. And Jay has researched much more than I have, especially through the community and everything like that. So he's going to go much more in depth, but I'll go ahead and give everyone the overview of the characters first, and then Jay can go in depth with everything. So hopefully that sounds good. 80 subscribers, congratulations, thank you. We heard that we've been told by many people that the first 100 are the hardest, and so we are climbing there, and it's a pretty steady climb. Been putting a lot of work into the channel, but you know what, it's fun for us to do so, and we really enjoy connecting with the audience and people who choose to follow us. So it's been genuine, it's been real, and we've been really having a good time.
Definitely, most definitely.
All right,
kick this 2-hour hero analysis live stream off with the first offensive character. Take it away.
Offensive character is going to be Genji. So this ninja star wielding, well, I guess we'll get into that.
Cyborg.
Yeah. So according to Blizzard, they rate their difficulties of their characters out of 3 stars. And so he is one of the most difficult characters to play. Gamers Therapy says that he's cute. So there's that. You got a little attractiveness factor going on there. So Genji flings his deadly shuriken at his targets, and he uses his technology-advanced katana to deflect projectiles or deliver a swift strike that cuts down enemies. So he loses 3 deadly throwing stars in quick succession, and alternatively, he can throw 3 shuriken in a wider spread. Love that bow and figures hardest character. Yeah, he can be a bit difficult to control, His deflectability with lightning quick swipes of the sword, Genji reflects an oncoming projectile and sends it rebounding towards his opponent. Now, his swift strike, he darts forward, slashing with his katana and passing through foes in his path. If Genji eliminates a target by doing this, he can instantly use the ability again.
Right.
And so if you can do this in swift succession, it really makes for a pretty dangerous combination of moves.
Definitely.
Now, his ult. Genji and Hanzo's story are the best, hands down. And yeah, Jay is going to get into that. And the lore in Overwatch is so rich and diverse. It really makes for an awesome... they could almost make a book, and I would love to see them make a book.
What if they made a movie?
You know, like
if they did have a comic series.
Did they?
I don't know if it's still in the process of being. Wow! This is the second round in a row that I've gotten all 3 kills.
Nice, very nice. Way to start off the special.
Right? On fire.
You're pumped for the special.
Exactly. I don't know if the comic is still going on, or I can't remember if I heard that it was canceled or something, but I would love to see a comic or a book
or like a graphic novel or something come out.
Or a TV show. That'd be cool.
Alright, so Dragon Blade is Genji's ult, and when he gets his ult, Genji brandishes his katana for a brief period of time until he sheathes his sword. Genji can deliver killing strikes at any target with his range. I'm liking the style of this video. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. We really am trying hard to kind of change it up a bit, but also stay relevant and current, and we're trying new things and taking in as much feedback as we can to make the channel better. So we really appreciate you saying that. So as far as Genji's story goes, I'm gonna let Jay dive into that. But for his biography. His real name is Genji Shimada, and he's 35 years old, and he's an adventurer, and he's from the Shambhali Monastery in Nepal, and he is from the Shimada clan formerly, and now he's in Overwatch. And he is noted by saying, "Even if I sacrifice my body, I will never sacrifice my honor." So Jay, you want to take it away with his story?
Excuse me. Eating a pickle. Genji Shimada, the cyborg ninja we know, we love. One of the coolest characters in Overwatch, undoubtedly, because he has so many cool abilities. His story begins with his brother Hanzo, who I've been playing here for a little bit, and his father. His father was the leader of the Shimada clan that we can actually go into the clan base in the Hanamura map. So the Shimada clan was a clan of ninja assassins in Japan, and when Hanzo and Genji were growing up, they were trained to be these ninjas and take over the clan operations. And Genji said, "Hey, no, that's not something I want to do. I don't like that." So he kind of lived a playboy lifestyle, fast and reckless, you know. Kind of did what he wanted. And then Genji and Hanzo's father, he passed away. So the clan elders said to Hanzo, "Hey, yo, either make him join the clan or kill him." So he talked with his brother and he said, "Yo, I need you to join the clan." And he said, "Nah, dude." He said, "Okay, I'm gonna have to kill you."
He said, "Catch me outside, how about that?"
He said, "Catch me outside, how about that?" And Hanzo caught him and killed him
outside.
In the Hanamura map, on the second point,
this is such a cool little Easter egg.
There is a poster that is visible with a significant rip on it and blood right in front of the katana that's set up kind of on an altar. This is thought to be the place where Genji was actually beheaded by Hanzo. In their different... Wow, she just rezzed them both. That's wonderful. How great. Or, okay, guess not me, but whatever. In Genji's biography, he said that he didn't die. And in Hanzo's, he said that he clearly killed him. So this kind of, you know,
what's
leads
going
us
on?
to believe. You go. I got to keep going. Come on. Come on.
Nice.
Come on. Where's the fat pig? I'm so scared right now. Oh, there he is.
Gamers Therapy Unit says she's sold. So we're not even through the first.
No.
We're in the first of 23 characters, and she's already sold. So perfect.
Genji was beheaded by Hanzo, and Mercy actually found him and brought him back to life. But to do so, she had to kind of give him this robotic body that we see in game. And Genji kind of lost himself. He was disgusted by this new body.
Yeah, it wasn't who he originally was.
Right.
He wasn't used to himself.
He was kind of disgusted by his body, and he didn't really. He felt he didn't feel human anymore. So he kind of toiled with his humanity until the robotic monk Zenyatta found him and brought him to the Shambhala monastery in Nepal and helped him. He brought him to the Shambhala monastery and kind of told him, hey, it's not about what's on the outside, it's on the inside. And Zenyatta is the perfect person to convey this message because he is an Omnic, but he believes that all Omnics still have a soul and still have a purpose in the world and still can have the same rights as humans.
Sure, right.
So he brought him back to his normal self, and it's pretty cool to see their interactions in game because they're, you know, master and apprentice, and they're very brotherly towards each other, even though his real brother, you know, is right there.
Right. You can hear them talking to each other too. It's like, doesn't Genji say, "It's so nice to be working with you again, Master"?
Yeah, he's like, it's an honor to serve under you, Master, or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
It's really cool.
And they normally do that before the games will start.
Right. Wow, we
Great.
almost had it.
So I think that's a pretty excellent overview of Genji. So we're gonna move on to the second offensive hero, McCree. Jesse McCree.
Yeah, play the game.
Play the game. So Jesse McCree, he is rated to be 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. He's armed with his Peacekeeper revolver, and McCree takes out targets with dead-eye precision and drives out danger with eagle-like speed. This is a little overview. You want to play some Capture the Rooster in light of the event? So his Peacekeeper. So McCree fires off a round from his trusty 6-shooter. He can fan the Peacekeeper's hammer and swiftly unload an entire cylinder. So he's pretty quick. He's got a quick trigger. Hanzo over Genji, in my opinion, says Young Wolf.
Me too.
And feel free, guys and gals in the chat, feel free to direct the conversation or comment in any way, or ask us any questions throughout this. It's a 2-hour special for a reason. We're going to be kind of blazing through these characters, and hopefully going to be able to get them all done. If we have to go more than 2 hours to get them all done, I'm sure we will. But it doesn't have to be all about characters today. You can ask us anything you like, or talk about anything you like in the chat. So don't feel free to speak up whenever you got anything to say. So the next is his combat role, and if you pair his combat role with the Peacekeeper, it is a pretty cool little mechanism, as well as something that we'll get into in a second. So McCree dives in the direction he's moving, effortlessly reloading his Peacekeeper in the process. So you heard that right. If you were using McCree right now, I think that'd be cool if we use the character that we're talking about.
Yeah, I was going to do that.
If you roll towards someone, let's say Jay has only a couple bullets left, right? And he rolls towards someone, now he's back to 6 immediately. Scorp Wild, welcome to the chat. Really appreciate you joining in. Scorp Wild just got his new blue snowball microphone as well, and so he used it. We got it all configured and everything, worked out the kinks on the live stream, and it sounded really good.
Nice.
So Young Wolf says McCree is such a skilled character, honestly. Which, I mean, I would agree with that. I really like playing as McCree, and just look at those bullets. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so cool.
His skins are very cool.
The Gamers Therapy Unit, excuse me, says, this is great though, not many go through background, etc. Helpful. You know, we really thought that it was going to be something a little unique, and a lot of times people just kind of pick up the game and nice. And so that's the key with McCree right there. The key with McCree.
Key with McCree.
So
McCree.
we really thought that
There's a Torbjorn. Get away from me, you short elf.
we really thought that it would be something unique because a lot of times people just kind of pick up the game and obviously they play it, but they don't really play it with any thought into kind of what the developers went through in order to make the game. And I have to say that Blizzard went so in-depth with the character lore and their stories and how they're intertwined together.
I didn't get him.
It's absolutely incredible. So we're glad you like it.
I'm dead.
So his third ability is the flashbang, which you've seen Jay use a couple times here. McCree heaves a blinding grenade that explodes shortly after it leaves his hand. The blast staggers enemies in a small radius. So essentially, the goal with McCree is to flashbang someone, then roll in their direction, and then unload all 6 bullets into them, and most likely it results in a kill.
Definitely.
Especially if they're at 200 health or lower.
Right. Some of those squishy offensive characters, if you get a fan the hammer in the face, you ain't gonna be able to come back from that. Watch this. Get out of here. Where'd he go?
Okay. Oh, nice.
He's gone.
So Scorp Wild says backstories for Overwatch are good too. Thanks for this, guys. Of course, and thank you for tuning in. And we really appreciate everyone spreading the word and you know, bringing their friends on and everything. It's been really great. So Deadeye is McCree's ult, and so when he gets that, he focus, mark, draw. That's McCree takes a few precious moments to aim. When he's ready to fire, he shoots every enemy in his line of sight. The weaker his targets are, the faster he'll line up a kill shot. So essentially, that is when you hear, it's high noon. It's high noon.
Get away from me!
And so when you hear that, everyone on the entire map can hear when his ult goes off and he says it's high noon. And he essentially, you'll see circles around each enemy character, and they slowly get slower and slower, or they get smaller and smaller until they form a skull. And when that skull happens, that's when you want to fire. That's the most optimal time to fire your weapon, and it most likely results in a kill. And that's because he's going to pretty much shoot them right in the head.
Well, if you get the skull icon, that means that they're gonna die.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that means it's a definite kill shot. Right. Otherwise, they're going to take a ton of damage.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, if you see the skull there, you're gonna die.
Okay. Right.
Because the lock-on animation is different for each character.
Sure.
Depending on how much health they have.
Okay.
So if you see the skull, like a Roadhog has 600 health, you know, it's gonna take longer for him to lock onto the skull than to, you know, lock onto a Tracer who has 150 health.
Right. Young Wolf says, do y'all think McCree might be talking to Sombra about the Deadlock gang and such in Reaper? As you could see, he was sleeping in a bar and Sombra was sitting right beside him in the Christmas comic. I think that's a question geared to you.
I haven't read the Christmas comic.
Okay.
Or seen it, so...
Young Wolf, you're going to have to fill us in the chat.
Yeah, Jay, elaborate.
And that'd be really cool to actually dive into, and I could look that up.
I have not heard about that, but that's cool.
Christmas comic, McCree, or let's say Overwatch.
Lijiang Tower. Let's get back to this backstory here, though, so we don't spend every.
Yeah. So quick backstory on McCree.
McCree is was a part of the Deadlock gang. He was a known marksman. Gabriel Reyes said, hey, yo, you want to do some illegal stuff? And he said,
Who's Gabriel Reyes?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. His name Gabriel Reyes, leader of Blackwatch, co-founder of Overwatch, thought to be the terrorist Reaper. That's what Gabriel Reyes is.
Okay, there we go.
So Gabriel Reyes was like, "Hey, yo, you want to do some illegal stuff?" And he was like, "I mean, I'm already doing some illegal stuff, so yeah, sure." So then, Reaper or Gabriel Reyes enlisted Jesse McCree into Blackwatch, and they started doing some illegal stuff until Jesse was like, "Hey, no, I'm not doing this anymore." And Reaper's like, "That's okay." And now he's a member of Overwatch, and he realized the errors of his ways, and
So fairly short story.
Fairly short story. There's not much on Jesse McCree yet. I hope he gets a little bit more character development, because he definitely is a cool character. Like, he's a cowboy, but he has a metal arm. What's going on? What's going on? Did he lose it?
So we're waiting for more.
Did he purposefully have his arm ripped off and then put a metal arm on? Is it like a Winter Soldier kind of thing? Oh my gosh!
So essentially, what's going on in this comic is it's presumably I haven't read it. I'm just looking at the pictures, but presumably I put the link in the chat. Everyone, by the way, to see this Christmas comic. It's really cool, and it's also cool to be able to see the maps that you play on in comic form. That's pretty great. So everyone's kind of getting ready for Christmas Eve. It looks like everyone's looking through old pictures. Soldier 76 is looking through old pictures, and everyone is kind of in the Christmas spirit, if you will. Tracer is with her girlfriend, and they're like hanging out at their house and everything. And it looks like Torbjorn is like reading Christmas story. Or no, that's not Torbjorn.
That's Reinhardt.
That's Reinhardt. Reinhardt's reading Christmas stories to a bunch of kids and everything. But meanwhile, McCree is presumably passed out drunk in the bar with Sombra in the corner, and she's just kind of casually drinking. So maybe this is, I don't know, this might be indicating that McCree might not have people to go home to on Christmas, and so he kind of like is drowning his sorrows in the bar via alcohol. I'm not sure, or maybe that's just his cowboy ways, and he doesn't really abide by socio-cultural trends, if you will. So this is going to be something that we should look into.
Definitely.
Sombra could be working with McCree about getting more information about Overwatch. That's true too.
Yeah,
maybe they went out for drinks and McCree just got a little carried away.
Maybe that was her plan.
Oh, yeah. Maybe her plan was to take him out, and get him drunk and get information out of him, or
target one of the members of Overwatch she knows has a fondness to the alcohol.
So Young Wolf continues by saying, "People said Sombra does know secrets about Overwatch." So that would be interesting. That'd be very interesting to see. So thanks, Young Wolf. We really appreciate you contributing in that way. That's really great. So next up is Farah.
Farahi Amari.
So I have an Amazon Alexa, and she is at our kitchen table, and for some reason Farah must sound like Alexa because she commented and asked what we wanted. But anyway, so Farah is on the offense. She is rated 1 out of 3 stars in difficulty, and soaring through the air in her combat armor and armed with a launcher that lays down high explosive rockets, Farah is a force to be reckoned with. So she's armed with her rocket launcher, and that's her primary weapon, and it launches rockets that deal significant damage in a wide blast radius. She's got her jump jet that propels her suit, and it thrusts her high into the air so she can soar over people, and she can rain justice from above, if you will. And her concussive blast is she loses a wrist rocket that knocks back an enemy as it strikes. And so her ult is the barrage, or the barrage.
Barrage, yeah.
And Farah directs a continuous salvo of mini rockets to destroy groups of enemies. Now, as for her little biography here, her real name is Farea Amari, and she's 32 years old. She's Secretary Chief. She's originally from Giza, Egypt, and she is part of the Helix Security International.
She just knocked me off the map.
And her quote is, she's quoted by saying, "I will protect the innocent." You should peek Farah on the Christmas comic too. She's talking with somebody, but also you see on a TV a Canadian flag, hinting that she's part of Canada.
Oh,
she's
I did hear
Canadian.
about that, yeah.
That is cool.
She has some tie to Canada, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool to see. That's awesome. I'm actually going to look at that right now. So what can we say about Farah? Quick bio.
Daughter of Anna. You know, she may or may not be the daughter of Reinhardt. I hope so, because Reinhardt's the best. Obviously.
So it's confirmed she's the daughter of Anna.
Yes.
Okay, so then that would mean that Anna and Reinhardt
would have had a relationship in some way in the past.
Wow.
Which would be very cool to see, because that would be kind of one of the first, if not the only, relationship of two Overwatch members that we actually know about. There may or may not be something going on with Genji and Mercy due to a leaked Valentine's Day voice line. We'll do an episode about that though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, that'd be cool to see something like that, because that would mean that not only is her mom in Overwatch, but her dad is too.
So Young Wolf says she has a skin called Rain. I think he's saying Rain Dancer. I think that's a part of a Canadian tribe.
Yeah, it has very Native American symbols on it, and it looks like it.
That's really cool.
It looks like it has like Native American like flag poles, you know, or not flag poles. What are they called? Totem poles.
And this is why we really wanted to do this too, is because you can just see how in depth the backstories and lore goes, and every character is tied so intricately with each other. It makes for a really cool story, and we thought it made for a really cool topic for a live stream.
Definitely.
So anything else on Farah?
Not really. Her, like I said, with McCree, their backstory hasn't really been developed yet, which is,
I think that's strategic.
Maybe,
because
hopefully.
if you gave the entire backstory of every single character right off the get-go, I think people would get bored. Yeah,
exactly.
And there wouldn't be any speculation, and speculation drives interest, and interest drives sales, and it's just kind of the it's fiscally imperative for you to leave your audience with just enough, I think. So I think that's strategic. Okay, so next is Reaper. So Reaper is an offensive character rated at 1 out of 3 stars in difficulty. With his Hellfire shotguns, the ghostly ability to become immune to damage, and the power to step between shadows make Reaper one of the deadliest beings on Earth. He's equipped with his Hellfire shotguns, 2 of them, and Reaper tears enemies apart with twin shotguns. He then has his Wrath form. Reaper becomes a shadow for a short period of time. While in this form, he takes no damage and is able to pass through enemies, but cannot fire his weapons or use his abilities. And Shadow Step is his 3rd ability, and after making a destination, or after marking a destination, Reaper disappears and reappears at the location he described. Galactic Gamer says, "You guys are awesome. Where did you guys get your information?" Thank you, Galactic Gamers. We really appreciate it. Jay has done a lot of lore research on its own, whether it's via other YouTubers or just information that you found on the internet. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
As far as me, I can't really take too much credit. I'm gonna be honest. I am just reading everything that Overwatch can give me. So I'm on Overwatch's website right now and just reading through all of their character bios, and then I go ahead and kind of fact check that with like other different sources, and that's pretty much just simple research for me. But Yeah, we're just trying to give you as genuine and canon research as we can. Young Wolf says Reaper is such a good character, but so easy to use. So he kind of is the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So his ult is called Death Blossom. In a blur of motion, Reaper empties both Hellfire shotguns at breakneck speed, dealing massive damage to all nearby enemies. And Young Wolf then comments saying, Mercy also asked Reaper what happened to him, and Reaper said, "You tell me, Doc."
Yeah, that hints at something we're about to talk about.
Yep. And so getting into his biography, his real name is unknown and his age is unknown. He's a mercenary, and his base of operations is unknown, and his affiliation is unknown. Very unknown character. And he is quoted by saying, "Death walks among you." So what's his quick little character bio?
I'm not sure if this is going to be quick.
Yeah, he's got a pretty in-depth story. But,
definitely.
Yeah, feel free to elaborate.
Reaper, also known as Gabriel Reyes to us, the players, via the skin with the Origins edition, that depicts him as Gabriel Reyes instead of Reaper. He is half living, half dead, in a perpetual state of death and decay and regeneration. And what I mean by that is, right before the fall of Overwatch, when Jack Morrison and Gabriel Reyes, the two most senior members of Overwatch...
Whoa, there was a fall of Overwatch?
Whoa! Yes.
What happened? So Overwatch was a thing, and then it fell, and now it's a thing again?
Now it's a thing again!
Okay.
How great.
Very, very quick little backstory of Overwatch. Overwatch was a thing, it fell, and then it became a thing.
Basically, what happened was it was brought into existence due to the first Omnic Crisis and the fact that these
and Bastion is an Omnic, so that's what well, like, if someone doesn't know what Omnics are.
No, I'm saying, like, that's scary because Omnic on the Overwatch team, but they fought Omnics. What?
We'll get into that.
Soon. Basically, Jack Morrison and Gabriel Reyes were the senior-most members of Overwatch when it was started to combat the Omnics in the first Omnic Crisis. After the Omnic Crisis was done, there wasn't really a need for them anymore. So the public kind of said, hey, leave. And Jack Morrison kind of fought to keep Overwatch going, but ultimately, at the Swiss Overwatch base, which was one of the last still remaining Overwatch bases after the government kind of put them down, there was a huge explosion and a bunch of stuff happened, and, you know, basically Jack Morrison and Gabriel Reyes were thought to have died in the explosion, but they are both living.
I'm ready to initiate self-destruct sequence.
So, Gabriel started to... Old Gaby Waby. He started to kind of lose it and kind of go off his rocker during the downfall of Overwatch, and he kind of was found out for doing these illegal things with Blackwatch, like we talked about with McCree. And basically Jack Morrison or someone in command had Mercy perform this procedure on Gabriel to rapidly decrease his cells so that he would die. And this is why Gabriel is in a constant state of death and regeneration, kind of always alive but never living. This is because he was put under a similar program to Jack Morrison in the fact that he was a super soldier and his mobility was drastically increased, as well as his you know, like soldier senses, I guess, if that's even a thing. But he's kind of like a Captain America deal. So basically his cells are always in a state of constant regeneration so he can heal himself, but since Mercy put him through this procedure, he's dying just as fast as his cells are keeping him alive. So there's a cool little interaction between Reaper and Mercy before game, saying like, oh, wow, and Mercy goes like, what happened to you? And he's like, you tell me, Doc. Kind of cool. That's Reaper. Now he works for Talon, which is a terrorist organization. Widowmaker works for Talon as well, and he basically goes around doing his bad guy duties.
Very cool.
For money.
Very cool. Sweet. So Galactic Gamer says, honestly, our honesty is the key to being a great YouTuber. Yeah, you know what? We don't have anything to hide, and we're just gonna kind of tell you what we know and where we found it, and have just a genuine time with everyone. I think I'm a big believer that I think people can sense when you're lying to them or trying to sell them something or kind of being fake, and so we want to make sure that we are not any of that and providing just genuine content. Up next, Soldier 76. So,
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty, he is, as an offensive character, he is rated 1 out of 3 stars. Personally, he is the character I play when I play competitive, as of late. Well, I've only been playing competitive as of late, so as of always, I suppose. Armed with cutting-edge weaponry, including an experimental pulse rifle that that's capable of firing spirals of high-powered helix rockets, Soldier 76 has the speed and support know-how of a highly trained warrior. He is, as previously stated, he is equipped with his heavy pulse rifle, and he remains particularly steady while uploading fully automatic pulse fire. His helix rockets are tiny rockets that spiral out of Soldier 76's pulse rifle in a single burst, and the rocket's explosion damages enemies in a small radius. So you don't have to hit them dead on. It does do more damage, but if you hit them like near the base of their feet or a wall that they're standing on, they will still take damage in a small radius. His sprint capability, which is an ability that I find myself using all the time, is so whether he needs to evade a firefight or get back into one, Soldier 76 can rush ahead in a burst of speed. His sprint ends if he takes an action other than charging forward. Otherwise, he can pretty much run for as long as you want him to run for. Now, his biotic field. So Soldier 76 plants a biotic emitter on the ground. Its energy projection restores health to 76 and any of his squad mates within the field. And so that's when people say, like, laying down some heals. And so he kind of takes this bionic emitter that they call it, and he slams it into the ground, and anyone in the vicinity of that little healer ring then heals themselves. Now, so that's just the actions that come free with the character. Now, his tactical visor is his ult, and so Soldier 76's pinpoint targeting visor locks and aims on the threat closest to his crosshairs. If an enemy leaves his line of sight, Soldier 76 can quickly switch to another target. So he essentially puts on his tactical visor, and he can lock on to enemies, and you don't necessarily have to be aiming. You just kind of lock on and start firing away. Young Wolf says, I kind of hate how Soldier is compared to a dumbed down Call of Duty character. I don't know if dumbed down would be the proper attack at Soldier 76. I think he can do way more than a Call of Duty character could ever do. I think, and I also think that he is a lot cooler than a Call of Duty character, personally. But I think he's a little more in depth, and he certainly can be a little more tactical, I suppose. in like being sure when to shoot your Helix rocket, as well as when to heal up, and then he can also serve as a healer for the team too. Like if you are behind like a tank of some kind, and he's taking a lot of damage, you can throw down some heals for yourself and your teammates around you. So I would say that the comparison is fair. To make a comparison to a Call of Duty character, and if you have friends who play Call of Duty regularly, it is fair to say that you can get them hooked on the game via Soldier 76, but I would say comparing the two of them would just be a disservice to Overwatch. Not to say that Call of Duty is a bad game, but I do think that Overwatch offers a lot more depth than a Call of Duty game does. So, going into his biography, his real name is unknown and his age is unknown, but he's a vigilante and he operates out of no one knows, that's unknown, and his affiliation is Overwatch. And he is quoted by saying, "We're all soldiers now." So you might have to come more level to the mic.
Yeah, I'm standing up right now, my leg fell asleep.
Well,
did you get the achievement yet?
No. I don't know. So the trophy that Jay's talking about is this one right here, where you put on his tactical visor, and you gotta try to get 4 kills with it on. It's fairly difficult because it runs out fairly quickly, but we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And we're gonna get to Soldier 76's story in a second. But hopefully you all are enjoying the live stream, enjoying hanging out with us, and we're almost coming on the halfway point of our live stream, and we're having a good time. So thanks for hanging out and sticking with us. All right, so Soldier 76, what's his quick little bio?
Soldier 76 is a vigilante. He was last seen in Egypt with Ana. Like the actual Soldier 76. He was seen in Egypt, like I said, with Ana doing a kind of covert mission in the comics, looking for some answers. His main mission is to figure out why Overwatch fell and why he died, because he almost died. The players of Overwatch know him to be Jack Morrison, the founder of Overwatch, American born, kind of like a patriot, you know how he goes. Really Captain America-esque in the fact that he underwent a experimental procedure to increase his cell regeneration and increases cell regeneration and his mobility. That's why he's able to sprint. Jack Morrison was the senior member in Overwatch, the founder. Wow.
From behind.
Basically, started Overwatch, led Overwatch, tried to keep it together during the downfall. Now he just goes around looking for answers as to why it fell in the first place.
Sure.
And he's not so much of as a Boy Scout anymore.
Sure.
He's kind of more of a Batman-esque, kind of brutal, kind of, you know, rough him up to get the answers.
I'm not a young man anymore.
He's not a young man anymore.
That's correct. Galactic Gamer says #like. Thank you so much for hitting the like button and telling us that you like this kind of content. And if you don't like this kind of content, feel free to hit the dislike button. That's not a bad thing. That tells us that maybe we need to switch directions in what we're doing. So we really appreciate everyone who subscribes to us for more content, hits the like button, and if you feel so inclined, hits the little bell so you get a little message that says, hey, LJ Nation's online. So really appreciate it. Next up is Sombra. So I think Sombra doesn't necessarily get the best rap, but I find that people who play her well play her very well. She is rated at 3 out of 3 stars in difficulty, and she is stealth and debilitating attacks make Sombra a powerful infiltrator who can disrupt her enemies, ensuring they're easier to take out, while her EMP provides the upper hand against multiple foes at once. Sombra's ability to translocate and camouflage herself makes her a hard target to pin down. So, Sombra is equipped with her machine pistol, and Sombra fires a fully automatic machine pistol with a short range speed. Now, her hacking, so Sombra can hack enemies to temporarily stop them from using their abilities, or hacks first aid kits to make them useless to her opponents. Now, when you hack someone, and especially if a character can heal themselves, it really makes for a tough time for that person, and they will almost certainly die, especially if you're teamed up with someone else, like in this situation right here. So Young Wolf says, "Am I the only one that thinks the little girl from Soldier's animated short was Sombra?"
There was a whole speculation about that, and I hope that there's something to do with that, because in the animated short that he's talking about, we see Dorado, but it was pre-Lumerico plant. And what that means is that... Can I cap it while I'm invisible? No? That's dumb. What that means is that the power plant that's in Dorado, which is the final place to push the cart, was not seen in the short, even though they clearly showed the area where it should have been. So this kind of leads us to believe that the short took place before...
Got a loot box.
Before present day, and this little girl named... leave her name in the comments, Jay. So this little girl in the comics was getting kind of roughed up by these thugs in Dorado, and Soldier 76 comes in and saves the day, and now we're kind of hoping that that's Sombra.
Sure.
That'd be very cool if it was.
That would be really cool. Galactic Gamer says your mic is a lot clearer. Thank you. We are using the Blue Snowball microphone. There's 2 of them. There's the Blue Snowball and then the Blue Snowball Yeti, I believe. The Yeti is cheaper than the Blue Snowball itself, and it's cheaper because it does not have the functions to change on the back. So if that's important to you, and I can explain that in a second. So what those functions are, the first function is what we are using now, and that's to capture short range mics. And so we're sitting fairly close to it, so it's picking us up crystal clear. The second is if you're having like an interview with someone between 2 people, and then the third is if you're trying to capture an audience of people. And it's a really nice mic. I think we were able to get 2 of them for $150 shipped, and I was using them for an organization at school. But when I graduate and I'm no longer in that organization, we will certainly be picking one of these up for the live streams because they are very useful. Young Wolf says, believe her name is Alexandra. So cool. Thank you for that. So her next ability is Stealth. So Sombra becomes invisible for a short period of time, during which her speed is boosted considerably. Attacking using offensive abilities or taking damage disables her camouflage. Now, she also has a translocator. So Sombra tosses out a translocator beacon. She can instantly return to the beacon's location while it is active, including when she's in mid-flight. And now her EMP. So Sombra discharges an electromagnetic energy in a wide radius, destroying enemy barriers and shields, and hacking all opponents caught in the blast. So it is a really powerful ult, at least in my opinion, because you can essentially shut down a whole team of people. And if Bastion is in his state, he's locked in that state, right? Like if he's in the turret state, he's locked in that state, without being able to heal himself,
which is no good.
No good. All right. So, what can you tell us about a quick... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me give the biography. So, Sombra's real name, and on the website, it's like blacked out as if she hacked the system and blacked out her name, which is kind of cool. She's 30 years old. She is a hacker, and she's from Dorado, Mexico. And her affiliation is Talon Los Muertos, and that's where she was. And she is quoted by saying, "Everything can be hacked, and everyone."
So there's not much to know about Sombra.
So I can then read what Overwatch gives us then.
Well, there was a pretty extensive ARG augmented reality. Something. I don't remember what the acronym stands for. But it basically is a thing that developers do to kind of bring the game to life in a sense.
Sure.
Augmented. I can't remember what it stands for. Anyway, whatever. So, Sombra was teased back probably in July. And she didn't come out until maybe a month ago. And
alternate reality game.
Alternate reality game. So,
teased.
Sombra was teased, and there was this whole kind of thing where the community of Overwatch, the players themselves, had to decipher these codes with many different types of coding, and then figure out the right sequences to use and kind of get the messages that Sombra quotes, because it obviously wasn't really Sombra, but
I get what she was trying to communicate.
Yeah, well, yeah, that and like just like information about her.
Sure.
But the ARG kind of took a turn for the worst when art for Sombra was leaked unintentionally, not like a ooh, it was a leak, it was a Sombra, but no, it was actually unintentionally. And her character design was released about a month too early, and then the ARG kind of just died out after that. Sure. Because it wasn't as exciting, which is
sure.
Pretty upsetting, because there was a whole thing right around the end of October where we didn't have any information on her for about a month. We just had to sit and wait for this timer to build up.
Wow.
And it built up like 0.08, no, probably 0.8% every day.
Wow.
So it took a
long time.
Took a long time.
So in Overwatch's description of her, every time they would use her name, it gets blocked out with like these, hacking type look to it. So I'm just going to use Sombra whenever they do that. So one of the world's most notorious hackers, Sombra uses information to manipulate those in power. Long before she took up to the Allies, Sombra was among the thousands of children who were left orphaned in the aftermath of the Omni Crisis. With much of her country's infrastructure destroyed, she survived by utilizing her natural gifts with hacking and computers. After Sombra was taken by Mexico's Los Muertos gang, she aided it in its self-styled revolution against the government. Los Muertos believed that the rebuilding of Mexico had primarily benefited the rich and the influential, leaving behind those who were most in need of assistance. Following her many conquests, Sombra was supremely confident in her skills, but she was caught upended when she stumbled into the web of a global conspiracy, one that had noticed her. With the security in Parable compromised, Sombra was forced to delete all traces of her identity and went into hiding, which explains why she wants to block out her name. She later reemerged as Sombra, upgrading and determined to find out the truth behind the conspiracy she had uncovered. Sombra launched an even more audacious string of hacks, and her exploits earned her no shortage of admirers, including Talon. She joined the organization's ranks and is believed to have contributed in its massive cyber attacks against corporations with strong ties to their government. These efforts incited a popular revolution in Mexico against Lumerco, and breached the security of Volskaya Industries, the manufacturing arm of Russia's anti-Omnic defense. And so Galactic Gamer says you should try VR if possible. You know, there was a VR experience that came to where we live, where you could play Resident Evil 7 at Best Buy, like months ago. And I was in class when that happened, so I wasn't able to go. I haven't tried VR. There is a mall around us that you can try a form of VR. And so we might go try that soon, but let us know how it is if you tried it. I'm really looking forward to it. Apparently, I tweeted an article that like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, they are saying that VR is the way of the future for gaming, like full-on VR where you put sensors around your living room and like you are running in the game and everything. Like if you were playing Overwatch, for example. So that seems to be the way of gaming in those guys' eyes, and so I am inclined to believe them. Wolfgang says, notice how she works with Talon and not for Talon. In her animated short, she seemed to like to be a double agent. So
Right.
she is a mysterious character. So the last of the offensive characters is Tracer.
Cheers, love. The cavalry is here.
Cheers, love. So, the offensive character is rated 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty, toting twin pulse pistols, energy-based time bombs, and rapid-fire banter. Tracer is able to blink, quotes, through space and rewind her personal timeline as she battles to right wrongs in her world over. And she is also the character featured on the cover of the game. And so her pulse pistols are Tracer rapid fire, both of her pistols, and she can blink. And so Tracer zips horizontally through space in the direction she's moving and reappears several yards away. She stores up to 3 charges of her blink ability and generates more every few seconds. Her recall. So Tracer bounces backward in time, returning her health, ammo, and position on the map to precisely where they were a few seconds before. Now, if she gets her ult is called Pulse Bomb. Tracer lobs a large bomb that adheres to any surface or unfortunate opponent it lands on. After a brief delay, the bomb explodes, dealing high damage to all enemies within the blast radius. Now, Tracer, her biography, her real name is Lena Oxton, and she's 26 years old. She's an adventurer from London, England, and she's part of Overwatch. And she is quoted by saying, "Cheers, love, the cavalry's here." So what's the quick bio we can give on Tracer?
Tracer, again, not much is known about her. One cool thing about her, though, is that she was like some sort of... She signed up to go under this like experimental thing, I think, like a cool once in a lifetime opportunity to be like a test subject, is what I'm trying to say, even though I said that very poorly.
Okay.
So she underwent this cool little test, and something went wrong, and it had to do with like the timeline that we currently live in and how it could be altered. And basically now she has to wear this thing on her chest that keeps her in her own timeline, otherwise she'd constantly be flying throughout space, and Winston actually designed and created it for her.
Okay. Sweet.
Not much else is known.
That's fine. Young Wolf says, Tracer is basically the face of Overwatch, honestly. Everyone loves her, especially Blizzard. Yeah, and she is certainly the staple child of Overwatch, which is fine. I think that is good to have your staple. Every organization has their kind of like poster child character, and so Overwatch is no exception. So, next up is Bastion.
Bastion.
So, Bastion is a defensive character rated at 1 out of 3 stars in difficulty. And repair protocols and the ability to transform between stationary assault, mobile recon, and devastating tank configures provides Bastion with a high probability of victory. So he is configured with his configuration recon. In recon mode, Bastion is fully mobile, outfitted with a submachine gun that fires steady burst of bullets at medium range. He can also be configured as a sentry, and in sentry mode, Bastion is stationary powerhouse. He's a stationary powerhouse equipped with a Gatling gun, capable of unleashing a hail of bullets. The gun's aim can be walked across multiple targets, dealing devastating damage in short to medium range. He can also reconfigure, and so Bastion transforms between its two primary combat modes to adapt to battlefield conditions, and he can also self-repair. So Bastion restores its health. It cannot move or fire weapons while the repair process is in effect, but they're going to have to change that, as we talked about at the beginning of this live stream. Now, his ult is tank mode, and so in tank mode, Bastion extends wheeled treads and a powerful long-range cannon. The cannon's explosive shells demolish his targets in a wide blast radius, but Bastion can only remain in the mode for a limited time. Now, his biography is... his real name is SST Laboratories Siege Automation E54 Bastion, and he's 30 years old. He is a battle automation. His base origin is unknown, and his affiliation is unknown, and he is not quoted by saying anything. So what kind of quick backstory could you give?
Bastion was deployed in the Black Forest during the Omni Crisis to take over a town that the Crusades, or Reinhardt's division of the Crusades more specifically, was tasked with protecting. And for some reason, he was deactivated, and he kind of remained there for 30 years until one day Ganymede, or this little yellow bird that he can be seen with, woke him up, and he kind of was walking around the Black Forest and found another Omnic Bastion unit, tapped into it, and he had to relive the destruction of all the other Omnics in his unit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a robot with PTSD. It's basically.
Wow.
No, I'm dead. Wow, I joined for one game. That's basically all we know about him, really. He was in Eichenwald, right outside of Eichenwald at least, and
yeah, interesting story, but not much there.
Right.
Like leaving people to want to know more.
Right.
Okay, well, moving on to Hanzo. So Hanzo is classified as a defense character, and his difficulty is 3 out of 3 stars. And so Hanzo's versatile arrows can reveal his enemies or fragment to strike multiple targets. He can scale walls to fire his bow from high or summon a titanic spirit dragon. So his storm bow, so Hanzo knocks and fires an arrow at his target. His sonic arrow launches an arrow that contains a sonar tracking device. Any enemy within its detection radius is visibly marked by the dragon, making them easier for Hanzo and his allies to hunt down. And his scatter arrow, he shoots a fragmenting arrow that ricochets off the walls and objects and can strike multiple targets at once. Now, his dragon strike, he summons a spirit dragon which travels through the air in a line. It passes through walls in its way, devouring any enemies it encounters. So Hanzo's biography is that his name is Hanzo Shimada. He's age 39, and he's a mercenary / assassin, and he's from Hanamura, Japan, formerly, and now he resides in the Shimada clan. And so he is quoted by saying, "With every death comes honor, with honor, redemption." So what quick bio could we give for Hanzo?
Hanzo's bio and Genji's are intertwined, obviously. Hanzo, in his later years of life, is thought to have been upset by his choices that he made by killing Genji. this can be kind of like inferred because he goes back to the spot where he beheaded Genji and he puts down a feather from a sparrow, and that was Genji's nickname growing up. And he kind of meditates there, and he kind of pays his respect presumably on every year on the anniversary of his beheading. Hanzo hasn't really been maintaining the Shimada clan from what we can tell because he had to break into the Shimada clan, so there kind of makes us think that that means that somebody else is in charge, or he's left somebody else in charge, and he's not the current master. What? Oh, okay. Wow, they're right there.
So, Young Wolf asks, why does Hanzo ask about Junkrat's treasure? What does Hanzo want to do?
Yeah, we don't know about that yet. I hope we get some backstory about that soon, because that seems like a very interesting character connection there.
Alright, so next is Junkrat.
Junkrat,
so he's also considered a defense character.
Lovable Aussie.
And so he is rated at 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. Junkrat's area denying armaments include a frag launcher that lobs bouncing grenades, a concussion mine that sends enemies flying, and a steel trap that stops foes dead in their tracks. So his frag launcher lobs grenades a significant distance. They bounce to reach their destination and blow up when they strike an enemy. So the concussion mine, after placing one of his homemade concussion mines, Junkrat can trigger it to damage enemies and send them flying, or propel himself in the air, which I think is really interesting. His steel trap, he tosses out a giant metal-toothed trap. Should an enemy wander too close to the trap, it clamps on, injuring and immobilizing them. And so he also has total mayhem. So Junkrat, deranged sense of humor, persists past his death. If killed, he drops several live grenades. And so that just happens no matter what. You don't have to do anything. And so his ult is called Riptire. And Junkrat revs up a motorized tire bomb and sends it rolling across the battlefield. Climbing over walls and obstacles, he can remotely detonate the Riptire to deal serious damage to enemies caught in the blast, or just wait for it to explode on its own. Now, his biography, his real name is Jameson Fox, and he's 25 years old. He is an anarchist, a thief, a demolitionist, a mercenary, and a scavenger. And he's from Junkertown, Australia, and his affiliation is Junkers. And he is quoted by saying, "It's a perfect day for some mayhem." So what kind of quick bio?
Junkrat is obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but he is from Australia. You know, the accent kind of gives it away. In Australia, we don't know too much about this yet, but we have found out that there was some sort of Omnic power plant or facility where they were making weapons to destroy the Omnics, and it was nuclear. It was powered nuclearly for some reason, and that had a meltdown and caused a giant kind of nuclear winter in Australia. That's why Roadhog is kind of deformed and has to wear that mask. So basically all of Australia was turned into this wasteland, and Junkrat became a junker and kind of sifted through what was remaining, and you know, made some money, and then he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna rob banks."
Yeah,
because money's great.
Money's great.
So now he's a bank robber with his lovable sidekick, Roadhog.
Sure.
And they kind of have a little
bromance.
And it's nice because they're so nice.
And I think Wolf answered the Galactic Gamers question, so we will move on to May. So May is a defensive character rated 3 out of 3 stars. May's weather-altering devices slow opponents and protect locations. For her endothermic blaster unleashes damaging icicles and frost streams, and she can cryo-freeze herself to guard against counterattacks or obstruct the opposing team's movements with an ice wall. And so she has the endothermic blaster, and May's blaster unleashes a concentrated, short-range stream of frost that damages, slows, and ultimately frees enemies in place. May can also use her blast to shoot icicle-like projectiles at medium range. Now, she also has her cryo freeze, and so May instantly surrounds herself in a block of thick ice. She heals and ignores damage while encased, but cannot move or use her abilities. She can also ice wall, and so she generates an enormous wall that obstructs lines of sight, stops movement, and blocks attacks. Now, her ult is called Blizzard, and May deploys a weather modification drone that emits gusts of wind and snow in a wide area. Enemies caught in the blizzard are slowed and they take damage. Those who linger too long are froze solid. Now, her biography here, her name is Mei Ling Zhu, and she's 31 years old. She's a climatologist and an adventurer, and she's from the Xi'an, China, and she now resides in Overwatch. And she is quoted by saying, "Our world is worth fighting for." So what can we say about
May is an environmental scientist. We're actually playing on her map right now. She was stationed at Eco Point, Antarctica to discover the scientific benefits of weather and how it could be weaponized. Basically, a huge ice storm hit, and she had to go into this cryo freeze for 30 years. So she's actually 61.
Wow.
But since she went under this cryo sleep, she maintained her youthfulness and stayed 31 for 30 years. And she is the sole survivor from that storm. All of her other scientist buddies are actually dead, and their dead bodies are on the map.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, we've pointed that out in a previous episode.
Yeah, it's
Galactic Gamer says IG Frosty the Snowman is her father.
yeah.
I don't know if that's canon, but we can hope.
That is canon, yes.
So next is Torbjorn.
Torbjorn, ready to work.
So Torbjorn is a defensive character rated at 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. Torbjorn's extensive arsenal includes a rivet gun and hammer, as well as a personal forge that he can use to build upgradable turrets and dole out protective armor packs. So his rivet gun, he fires a long rejects molten metal from his gun in a short close-range burst. He also has his forge hammer, and he uses his multi-purpose hammer to build, upgrade, and repair turrets. In a pinch, it can also be used to swing as a weapon, which I didn't know. So he can also build turrets. So Torbjorn constructs an enemy tracking autocannon. He can use his forge hammer to repair or upgrade it, increasing its health and adding a second cannon barrel and a rocket launcher. He can use an armor pack. So he deploys an armor upgrade. Either he or his allies can pick it up to absorb some armor. And his ult is Molten Core. So after overheating his personal forge, Torbjorn gains a significant amount of armor and scrap. He also attacks and builds and repairs turrets far faster than normal. So his story is he is Torbjorn Lindholm. He's 57 years old. He's a weapons designer from Gothenburg, Sweden, and he's part of Overwatch. And he is quoted by saying, "Build him up, break him down." What do we know about Torbjorn?
Torbjorn was one of the original members of Overwatch, and he was the engineer of Overwatch. Basically, he has a deep hatred for Omnics. One of the few members on the team almost displaying sort of a racism towards Omnics. Not sure why that is.
That's interesting.
You would think since he works with all this technology, he would...
Yeah, come to appreciate that.
Right, exactly, but nope. Basically, Torbjorn helped fight in the first Omnic Crisis, and now he's back for more as the trusty engineer.
Wolf says, we also know that he repairs Reinhardt.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Very cool.
So up next is Widowmaker. So after this, we will have, let's see, we'll have 10 characters left. So we are racing through them, and I don't know if these other characters have too intense stories.
Not really.
Maybe.
Widowmaker is probably going to be the last one that has some really intense background.
Okay. So Widowmaker is also a defensive character, rated at 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. Widowmaker equips herself with whatever it takes to eliminate her targets, including mines that dispense poisonous gas, a visor that grants her squad infrasight, and a powerful sniper rifle that can fire a fully automatic mode. So she has her gun, which is called the Widow's Kiss, and Widowmaker's versatile sniper rifle is ideal for scope-aimed shots at distant targets. Should targets close to medium range, the rifle can also be fired in fully automatic mode. So pretty much if you look down the sight, then it turns into a sniper rifle, but if you have it just at the hip, then it's a fully automatic weapon. So her grappling hook, Widowmaker launches a grappling hook towards the location she's aimed at. When the hook connects with a scalable surface, she quickly draws towards it, allowing her to expand her view of the battlefield and evade or flank targets. Now, she also has the Venom Mine, and so Widowmaker adheres a swiftly armed Venom Mine to nearly any surface. When a target wanders within range of the mine's motion trigger, it explodes, delivering poisonous gas to any enemy in the vicinity. Now, her ult is called Infrasight, and Widowmaker's recon visor also allows her to see the heat signatures of her targets through walls and objects for a moderate amount of time. This enhanced vision is shared with her allies as well. Now, her backstory, her name is Amelie Larox, and she's 33 years old. She's an assassin.
Lacroix.
I'm very bad at French spelling.
It's okay.
I'm no good at it. I will be the first to admit. So my apologies. She's an assassin, and she's from Annecy, France, and she's part of Talon.
Headshot, maybe.
And she's quoted by saying, "One shot, one kill."
One shot. One.
All right, what do you got on Widowmaker?
Widowmaker is a cool character because she is an assassin for Talon. Basically, her backstory is that she was married to a engineer of Overwatch. Is he letting me kill him? No? Okay. Oh, please die. Okay. So, she was married to an engineer for Overwatch, or like an analyst or somebody. So she had an in with Overwatch, and she was just a regular person until one day Talon abducted her, brainwashed her, slowed her heart rate down. That's why she has that purplish skin. So she cannot feel emotion, or that was at least the intended purpose of this procedure that slowed her heart down.
Very interesting.
They released her back into the world and went back to her husband, and basically was a sleeper agent for a couple years. And then one day she killed her husband out of nowhere.
Really?
And you know, people thought like, oh, she's like one of the most deadly assassins because she can't feel anything. But oh my gosh, I might die. No, I'm not gonna die. But she can often be heard hearing her ex-husband's name, or not ex-husband, but like her deceased husband's name before a match. And also, Widowmaker is the reason that Ana almost died, because Ana was tasked with Widowmaker. No, Anna was tasked with finding out who this new assassin was and taking her out. When she found out that it was Miss Lacroix, she hesitated because obviously she knew them because her husband was somebody that Anna knew. So she hesitated. She hesitated to kill her, and so Widowmaker outsniped her, and basically is the reason she almost died.
Wow, really interesting. Young Wolf says, also on the Christmas comic, you could see that she's standing at her husband's grave.
Oh, yeah.
But she can't feel emotion, though, so she probably misses her husband. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so that may conclude the last of like the intense stories. But Diva's next. Now, Diva is a tank, and she's rated 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. Diva's mech is nimble and powerful. Its twin fusion cannon blasts away with auto fire at short range. She can also use its boosters to barrel over enemies and obstacles, or deflect attacks with her projectile disarming defense matrix. So she has fusion cannons, and so Diva's mech is equipped with twin short-range rotating cannons, and they lay down continuous high damage fire without needing to reload, but slow Diva's movement while they are active. Now she also has her light gun, so while outside of her mech, Diva can contribute the fight with a mid-range automatic blaster, and her boosters, so Diva's mech launches into the air, her momentum carrying her forward. She can turn and change directions or barrel through her enemies, knocking them backwards. Her defense matrix is activated in this forward-facing target array to shoot incoming projectiles out of the air. And then she has her self-destruct. So Diva ejects from her mech and sets its reactor to explode, dealing massive damage to nearby opponents. And she's quoted by saying, "Nerf this," when she does that. And so she can call her mech as her ult. And so if armored battlesuit is destroyed, Diva can call down a fresh mech and return to the fray. Now her biography is, her real name is Hana Song. She's 19 years old. She's a pro gamer formerly and a mech pilot. She's from Busan, South Korea, and she is a mobile exo force for the Korean Army. And she is quoted by saying, "I play to win." What do we got, Jay?
Hana Song is the youngest member of Overwatch at 18 years old. During the second Omnic Crisis, South Korea invented this new suit to combat the Exos and realized that it's basically like playing a video game. So they had the crazy idea, let's get a professional gamer to pilot it, since the controls are kind of, you know,
kind of the same.
It's a video game.
Yeah.
Somebody's already taken her, gosh darn it. Basically, she's a live streamer. Hey, just like us.
Just like us.
Just like us.
Relatable.
So, Diva can be seen in her emotes and can be kind of like inferred that she's live streaming her plays.
Interesting.
While in mech, which is kind of weird if she's live streaming people dying.
That's true.
That she's killing.
That's true.
You know, oh, maybe I can snag her.
Oh, maybe you can snag her. Nice! Got her. Look at that.
How depressing for that other person. I'm sorry. Basically, you know, she's fighting for the South Korean army now because she's a gamer, and they said, hey, we just created these things that are basically big video games. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So next up is Reinhardt. So coming up now on the hour 30 mark. Thank you all for sticking with us. If you're new here to the live stream, welcome to LJ Nation's live stream number 17. My name is Lou, and my co-host and friend here, his name is Jay, and we are currently talking about all the characters in Overwatch giving a in-depth look at the characters' backstories and what you can expect when playing them and what to look out for when they interact with each other in-game. So, if you are new to the stream, feel free to drop a comment and join the conversation, and you can hang out with us for a little while. So Young Wolf says, Diva says that on Eichenwald that it reminds her of home. Maybe the Omnics destroyed her home too. Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that. That's interesting. Very cool. So next up is Reinhardt. So he's a tank. He is classified as being 1 out of 3 stars in difficulty, clad in powered armor and swinging his hammer. Reinhardt leads a rocket-propelled charge across the battlefield and defends his squad mates with a massive energy barrier. His rocket hammer is an exemplary melee weapon, able to deal punishing damage in a wide arc with every swing. His barrier field, he projects a broad, forward-facing energy barrier which can absorb substantial damage before it's destroyed. Though Reinhardt can protect himself and his companions behind the barrier, he cannot attack while sustaining it. His charge is 4th and in a straight line, hitting the first enemy in his path and knocking others aside. If he collides with the wall, the foe he's carrying suffers extreme damage. You can also pin someone and knock them off the map too.
Right.
But that takes you with it, so
That
up
takes
to you.
skill.
By whipping his rocket hammer forward with his fire strike.
You could cliff charge someone, which is a
Like
super
bumping
advanced. Well, you take them all the way to the edge, and then you stop, and
You stop
they
and
jump.
they keep going.
keep going, which
Yeah.
is it's super hard to perfect, and
Very cool though.
yeah, cool to have happen.
Sure.
Not cool to have happen to you.
Sure. So his fire strike, so Reinhardt swings a flaming projectile which pierces and damages any enemies it touches. So he, his ult is an earth strike, and Reinhardt forcibly slams his rocket hammer into the ground, knocking down and damaging all enemies in front of him. So his biography, his real name is Reinhard Wilhelm, and he's 61 years old. He's an adventurer, and he's from Stuttgart, Germany, and he's in Overwatch right now. And his quote of the day, he's quoted by saying, "Justice will be done." So what can be said about Reinhardt, your main for a long time,
Still
and
is.
close to your heart? What do you got?
Reinhardt is thought to be the oldest member of Overwatch, one of the founders. He is a part of the group known as the Crusades, based in Germany. They all kind of have that power armor and those hammer-like melee weapons that
Sure.
they swing around.
Sure.
Really cool. Not a ton of backstory, which is depressing. I sure hope that changes. There's a lot of speculations going around that Anna and Reinhardt have had some sort of previous relationship that resulted in the birth of Farah.
Yeah, that's a very cool,
Very
little
cool.
fan teaser.
Hopefully that's true. I would love for that to happen, just because of the interactions that would come with it. Reinhardt is the nicest 8 foot tall German you'll ever meet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really cool, really nice. He's a funny character design because he's this amazingly tall, strong guy that looks, super intimidating, especially in his armor, and then he's this nice little, nice German guy.
This tender and loving German man. Beautiful story. All right. So moving on to Roadhog. So Roadhog is a tank classified as 1 out of 3 stars in difficulty. He uses his signature chain hook, whether you like it or love it, it's there, to pull his enemies close before shredding them with blasts from his scrap gun. He's hardly enough to withstand tremendous damage, and can revolve his health with a short breather. Recover his health, excuse me. So he has a scrap gun. So Roadhog's scrap gun fires short-range blasts of shrapnel with a ride spread. Alternatively, it can launch a shrapnel ball that detonates farther away, scattering metal fragments from the point of impact. He can take a breather, and Roadhog restores a chunk of his health over a brief period of time. by taking what looks to be some sort of like canister to his mouth, and Jay will explain that a little bit.
Yeah, he vapes.
Vape Nation.
Vape Nation, yep.
Vape Nation, hashtag Roadhog. So his chain hook, Roadhog hurls a chain at a target. If it catches you, he reels them into close range, and now it's he reels you in.
Almost better than ever.
He pretty much reels you in at eye level now, and it pretty much results in death. So his ult is called Whole Hog, and after cramming a top loader into a scrap gun, Roadhog pours in ammo. For a short time, he can crank out a stream of shrapnel that knocks back enemies. And his biography, his name is Mako Rutledge, and he's 48 years old. He's an enforcer and a bodyguard, and he's from Junkertown, Australia, and he is classified as a junker. And he's quoted by saying, "I'm a one-man apocalypse."
I'm a one-man apocalypse.
So what do you got on Mr. Hog?
You know, we kind of talked about this.
She slapped me.
We did, yeah.
So, like I said, something in Australia happened where he kind of underwent this mutation due to this nuclear meltdown. That's why he has to wear that mask, and he can heal himself with this like gas for some reason.
So it's not known.
It's not really known what happened. But he's an accomplice to Junkrat, and they go around and they rob stuff, and Big Pig Man is
Big Pig Man.
It's kind of there as a henchman of sorts. Probably not the brains, more the brawn.
Sure. Yeah, Young Wolf says that Reaper and Roadhog are the edgy characters.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can tell by the black.
Yeah. Cool character, and it's cool when you are able to do that, but not so cool when it's done to you. So Winston is a tank rated at 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. Winston wields impressive inventions: a jump pack, electricity blasting Tesla cannon, portable shield projector, and more with internal gorilla strength. So his Tesla cannon. So Winston's weapon fires a short-range electronic barrage.
Oh my god!
For as long as he holds down the trigger, and he can jump pack. And assisted by his energy pack, Winston lunges through the air, dealing significant damage and staggering nearby enemies when he lands. And he has a barrier projector, and so Winston's barrier projector extends a bubble-shaped field that absorbs damage until it's destroyed. Allies protected with the barrier can return fire from within it. And now his ult is called Primal Rage. So Winston embraces his animal nature, significantly boosting his health and making him very difficult to kill, strengthening his melee attack and allowing him to use his jump pack ability more frequently. While raging, Winston can only make melee and jump pack attacks. So a little bit about him. His name is Winston. He's 29 years old. He's a scientist and an adventurer. He's from Horizon Lunar Colony, and he's now in Overwatch. And we will learn a little bit about Overwatch from him in a second. And he is quoted by saying, "Imagination is the essence of discovery."
Winston, the gorilla scientist, is probably one of the cooler characters in Overwatch.
I would agree.
Doesn't really have much.
He's in the opening scene when you first turn on the game.
That's true. It's a shame because he doesn't really have a place in the meta right now. Doesn't do enough damage to be
Hopefully that'll come around.
Hopefully, yes, definitely. He has one of the cooler backstories. He was a monkey, or scientist, or, test subject, monkey, gorilla, boy, on the Horizon Lunar Colony, like you said, and he was being experimented on by this... Wow.
That was a long way to go.
He was being experimented on by this scientist named Winston, actually like Dr. Winston or something like that, and basically this doctor, I'm good.
Wow, nice evade.
This doctor, you know. This doctor kind of took him in and raised him, and now he leads Overwatch.
Not too much info on him,
He's
but
just a
an interesting
scientist
character
boy.
nonetheless. Alright, so now we move on.
Oh,
to
look at this! You got play of the game, and you have the new lunar.
Yeah, I got that on the last live stream that we did.
Oh, that's cool.
So our last tank is Zara.
Zarya, come on, Lou.
I'm sorry.
Come.
I'm reading so much about characters right now. I apologize. So Zarya. So Zarya is a tank that is labeled as 3 out of 3 stars in difficulty, deploying powerful personal barriers that convert incoming damage into energy for her massive particle cannon. Zarya is an invaluable asset on the front lines of any battle. And so she has her particle cannon, and Zarya's mighty particle cannon unleashes a short-range beam of destructive energy. Alternatively, Zarya can lob an explosive charge to strike multiple opponents. She also has her particle barrier, and the particle cannon can emit a personal barrier that shields Zarya against incoming attacks, redirecting their energy to enhance her weapon's damage and the width of its beam. The projected barrier, Zarya surrounds one of her teammates with an energy barrier that simultaneously absorbs fire and boosts the power of her particle cannon. And so she has her Graviton Surge, that's her ult, and so Zarya launches a gravity bomb that draws in enemy combatants and deals damage while they are trapped. A little bit about her. Her name is Alexandria Zaranova, and she's 28 years old. She's a soldier, and she's from Krasnoyarsk Front, Russia, and she's on the Russian Defense Forces. And she is quoted by saying, "Together, we are strong." What do we know about her?
Not much, unfortunately.
So that's pretty much it for her.
Holds the world champion title of heaviest deadlift or something like that. It's 517 kilograms or something, which she has a tattoo of on her left bicep. Basically, she's a bodybuilder and fights for the Russian army and hates Omnics.
Sure.
And that's
about it.
all we really know. She has some ties to Miss Volskaya, and we only know that because she popped up in the Sombra short for the last probably 8 seconds of it. But other than that, we don't really know much about her.
Okay. So next up's Ana. So Ana is the first of the support characters, and she is rated as 3 out of 3 stars in difficulty. And so her versatile arsenal allows her to affect heroes all over the battlefield. Her biotic rifle rounds and biotic grenades heal allies and damage or impair enemies. Her sidearm tranquilizes key targets, and nano boost gives one of her comrades a considerable increase in power. So she has her biotic rifle. Ana's rifle shoots darts that can restore health to her allies or deal ongoing damage to her enemies. She can use her rifle's scope to zoom in on targets and make highly accurate shots. And I love her new skin for this update.
Oh, me too.
And I really want to get it. So she can shoot a sleep dart. Ana fires a dart from her sidearm, rendering an enemy unconscious, though any damage will rouse them. And so her biotic grenade, Ana tosses a biotic bomb that deals damage to enemies and heals allies in a small area of effect. Affected allies briefly receive increased healing from all sources, while enemies caught in the blast cannot be healed for a few moments. And then her ult is her nano boost. So her nano boost, after Ana hits one of her allies with a combat boost, they temporarily move faster, deal more damage, and take less damage from enemy attacks. So her backstory, her name is Ana Amari, and she's 60 years old, and she's a bounty hunter from Cairo, Egypt, and she's now in Overwatch. And she is quoted by saying, "Everyone must find their cause." What do we know about Ana?
we kind of already covered Anna twice
Yeah, we
with
did,
the
yeah.
Reinhardt and Farah stuff. The only thing that we really haven't talked about is stuff other than her actual story, which is that during the earlier days of the game, people thought that Sombra was Anna, or Anna was Sombra actually, because of a file on Dorado that said Quien es Sombra, and there was a picture of the Shrike skin that Anna has. So because of that, people thought that, you know, Anna and Sombra were the same person, but obviously we know that to not be true, since they are very much two different characters. Other than that, we already kind of covered her. Bounty hunter, seeking justice for what happened to the Overwatch fall, and kind of just trying to piece her life back together after she was out-sniped by Widowmaker and almost died.
Sure. Alright, so almost done here with our list of characters, and we appreciate everyone who's been hanging out with us and watching, liking the video, and just enjoying the content here. And we're going to be moving on to some competitive play to round out the live stream, and we only got a couple more heroes to go through. We got 4 more, and the first of 4 is Lucio. So Lucio is a support with a 2 out of 3 star difficulty. On the battlefield, Lucio's cutting-edge sonic amplifier buffs enemies with projectiles and knocks foes back with blasts of sound. His songs can both heal his team or boost their movement speed. And he can switch between tracks on the fly. Young Wolf says, "You mind if I add your account?" No, please add the account, and you can even play with us in stream here. The only thing is that we're using the blue snowball microphone, and that means that we're really not going to be able to hear you. So you'll be able to play with us, and people will be able to hear you on stream if you have your mic, but we won't really be able to interact with you too much unless we can hear you coming out of the TV. But just forewarning, I don't know how well we can interact with you, but if you go ahead and add us, it's Luigi Z23, Luigi Z23, and you can add me on PlayStation, and we'll go ahead and add you. So Lucio's abilities. So Lucio's abilities here. He has his sonic amplifier. Lucio can hit enemies with sonic projectiles and knock them back with a blast of sound. He's got his crossfade. Lucio continuously energizes himself and nearby enemies with music. He can switch between 2 songs. One amplifies movement speed while the other regenerates health. He can amp it up, and Lucio increase the volume of his speakers, boosting the effects of his songs. And his ult is a sound barrier, and projected waves radiate out from Lucio's sound amplifier, briefly providing him and nearby enemies with personal shields. And so his little biography here, his name is Lucio Correa dos Santos, and he's 26 years old. He's a DJ freedom fighter from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and he has no affiliation, and is quoted by saying, "Come on, let's bring it together."
Lucio is a DJ, and he has a cool gun that is pretty revolutionary in the fact that if you listen to the music it puts out, you feel better, which is pretty cool. Other than that,
Yeah, so
really,
not much known about
don't really
Lucio.
know about him yet.
And he skates around.
He skates around on little ice skates. We do know that he likes hockey because he has 2 hockey skins, and so he likes hockey and he likes to DJ.
Perfect. Moving on is Mercy. So Mercy is a support character rated 1 out of 3 stars of difficulty. Mercy's Valkyrie suit helps keep her close to teammates like a guardian angel. And we just got added by Young Wolf, so we should see that pop up here.
Yeah, we did.
In a second. So if you want to go ahead and add him, and then we can go ahead and play with Young Wolf. Where was I? So she is essentially like a guardian angel, and she is healing, resurrecting, or strengthening them with beams emitting from her Kata's staff. and Cadus's staff. Mercy engages one of the two beams that connect to an ally. By maintaining the beams, she can either restore the ally's health or increase the amount of damage they deal. Galactic Gamer says, awesome stream so far. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We are hoping that that people on Twitter and the like are sharing the video and getting more people involved. But of course, that is never necessary. But we appreciate that you guys are hanging out with us and enjoying the stream. So the Catus Blaster, Mercy shoots a round from her sidearm, and it's best reserved for emergency personal defenses. And she also can use Guardian Angel. And Mercy flies towards a targeted ally, allowing her to reach them quickly and provide assistance in crucial moments. And then she can also use Angelic Descent, and so she's propelled by her Valkyrie suit. Excuse me. And Mercy slows the speed of her descent from great heights. And then now her ult is Resurrect. So Mercy radiates restorative power, bringing nearby dead allies back to life and to full health. And so a little bit about her story. And so her name is Angela Ziegler, and she's 37 years old. She's a field medic and first responder, and her base operates is Zurich, Switzerland, and she's in Overwatch, and she's quoted by saying, "Heroes never die." What do we know about her?
Angela is a revolutionary doctor in the fact that she invented her staff and her healing process of quickly restoring health to her patients. And something about Ana I almost forgot. Ana's gun uses the same process that Mercy's staff does. So when I got a triple kill, but I died. So when Ana kind of weaponized Mercy's her staff, Mercy got upset that her technology was being used as a weapon instead of the intent she had for it.
Sure. Very cool. Alright, so we're going to move on to the last of the two characters. Wow. We've covered 21 characters so far.
Yeah, so far with character 20.
Yeah. Next is Symmetra. So Symmetra is a support, rated 2 out of 3 stars in difficulty. Symmetra utilizes her light-bending photon projector to dispatch adversaries, shield her associates, construct teleportation pads, and deploy particle-blasting sentry turrets. So she has the photon projector, and Symmetra's weapon emits a short-range beam that hones on a nearby enemy, dealing continuous damage that increases the longer it's connected. The projector can also release a charged energy ball that deals high damage. So she can also set down a sentry turret, and Symmetra sets up a small turret that automatically fires speed-reducing blasts at nearby enemies within range. Several turrets can be built on the battlefield at once. Then she has her photon barrier, and so Symmetra projects a moving barrier that absorbs damage as it travels forward. And so if you place that very strategically, it can be of great use. So Symmetra then has her teleporter, and so she places a teleporter exit pad at her at her current location and connects it to a teleporter entry pad at her team's starting point. Allies can travel through the entry pad to the exit pad instantly, enabling them to return to the fight swiftly after being defeated, which I feel like isn't utilized as much as it probably should be. And she then has her shield generator as her ult, and so Symmetra deploys a wide radius generator that provides increased shielding to her entire team. And so a little bit about her. Her name is Satya Vaswani, and she's 28 years old. She's an architect, and she is from Utopia, India, and she is part of the Vishkar Corporation, and she is quoted by saying, "The true enemy of humanity is disorder." So what do we know about Miss Symmetra?
Other than the fact that she works for the Vishkar company, which is like a revolutionary company using light and energy as their main constructs, not much. You know that for some reason, she has some beef with Lucio.
How can you have beef with Lucio?
I don't know, right? Like,
He's just skating around healing dudes.
he's just having a grand old time. I'm not sure what that was about. I forgot. But Symmetra is kind of a perfectionist, and Lucio's kind of easygoing. So maybe that's something to do with it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't.
He's
remember.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we've made it. We're on our last Overwatch backstory, and we are currently at the 1 hour and 56 mark. So we made our goal of having all of the Overwatch heroes backstories completed in our 2-hour special, and I think we are going to go ahead and do some competitive play after this. But you're playing competitive right now? Okay, cool. So we are going to do some more competitive play as we move forward to our last character and hero, Zenyatta. So Zenyatta is a support character rated at 3 out of 3 stars for difficulty. Zenyatta calls upon Orbs of Harmony and Discord to heal his teammates and weaken his opponents, all while pursuing a transcendent state of immunity to damage. So his Orbs of Destruction. So Zenyatta projects his destructive energy orbs either individually or in a rapid-fire volley after a few seconds spent gathering power. His Orbs of Harmony. Zenyatta casts over the shoulder of a targeted ally so long as Zenyatta maintains line of sight. The orb slowly restores health to his ally. Only one ally can receive the orb benefit at a time. So his Orb of Discord. Attaching the Orb of Discord to an opponent amplifies the amount of damage they receive for as long as Zenyatta maintains line of sight. Only one opponent can suffer the orb's effect at a time. So his Transcendence is his ult, and so Zenyatta enters a state of heightened existence for a short period of time. While Transcendent, Zenyatta cannot use abilities or weapons, but is immune to damage and automatically restores the health of that of nearby enemies. So his backstory, his name is Siddhartha Zenyatta. He's 20 years old, and he's a wandering guru adventurer from Shambhali Monastery in Nepal, and he is the Shambhali, and he is quoted by saying, "The true self is without form." So I know we covered Zenyatta a little bit, but what else can we dive into as our last?
Zenyatta is a monk in Nepal, like you said. He is a omnic rights activist, and he basically is a firm believer of the fact that, you know, it's all about what's on the inside, not the outside, and that everyone can get along.
Sure.
No matter what you look like, who you are.
Very cool. So, 2 hours down, 23 Overwatch heroes later, we have gone through all of the backstories in in-depth fashion. We really hope that all of you guys have enjoyed the live stream so far. So are you still up to play some competitive? Alright. So I'll take the controller from you and play during this part. So what we ask from you guys and gals tuning in is to just kick back, enjoy some competitive play, ask us any questions that you might have, interact with us in the comments. Thank you for sticking with us, and we will refer to this video, live stream number 17, moving forward if anyone has any questions about character backgrounds. I think we covered it pretty well, and so really looking forward to seeing how people like it and how they respond to it. I think we went pretty in depth with all the characters, so thank you for your knowledge, Jay. Really appreciate all that. What do we got here? All right. So we're going to be looking at some competitive play. We're almost done with are seed matches for my account, at least. Now, what'll happen once the seed rounds are over?
Basically, you will get a little prompt that says placement matches completed, and it will give you this screen that'll give you your rank as long as accompanied by your number. So your silver, gold, platinum, diamond, whatever you place, as well as the number, and then you're free to play competitive with people in similar ranks to you, and if you win, you go up in rank, and if you lose, you go down in rank, and if you win, you get competitive points, and with competitive points, you can buy golden guns and weapons.
Oh, sweet. Alright. So, by playing competitive is how you get more gold to buy suits and armors and skins and things like that. Right?
Well, you can buy golden guns, just the golden guns.
You can't buy you can't buy skins.
Uh-oh.
Young Wolf says, "Love the stream, guys. Keep it up." Thank you. Really appreciate you hanging out with us. Really hope you guys you stuck with us this entire time, so we really appreciate that, and that you enjoy the content. So we're waiting for the search to end. Oh, and Young Wolf added, he said Lucio doesn't like Symmetra though either. So so there's a feud between both. It's not just one-sided. It's like, you know what? If you don't like me, I'm not going to like you. Alright, here we go. I think you can hand me that. This? Thank you. Yep. Alright, let's see. Try Soldier 76 for me personally. We're all soldiers now. You still got a little Christmas here.
The front line is no place for us.
I guess it's a good thing I have you to watch my back.
I love how they... the match is gonna be cancelled. That's no fun. The match got cancelled. Young Wolf, are you gonna, if you want to play with us, if you can, I'm assuming that you'll be able to play competitive. So you can either join our game if possible, or you can send us an invite. Alright. So waiting again in the lobby for competitive match. Here we go. Gibraltar. Again, thanks for tuning in, everyone who is new to the live stream. My name is Lou, and my co-host and friend here is Jay, and we make up LJ Nation. The first 2 hours of this live stream is covering all 23 heroes in depth in their backstories and everything about their movesets. So if you want to go back and watch that, feel free. Feel free to drop a comment below and interact with us. We love reading comments live on the stream, and feel free to just hang out for a while and enjoy the gameplay. Hope you get placed in good ranks so I can carry you like I did Jay.
Oh no, that's pretty true though.
Yeah? He's a good player.
Yeah, it's like top 500 Reapers in North America or something.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations. That's awesome.
I think he's even top 400.
That's really cool. So Reaper's your guy, huh? Reaper. Heal up, guys.
Hey guys, heal up.
Hey guys, if you can heal up.
Hey, heal up here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Stop the payload.
Payload.
Eh?
Payload.
Roadhog is my guy this season, says Young Wolf.
Yeah.
The war goes on.
Roadhog has been everyone's guy.
Yeah?
Seen a lot of play this season, especially. Oh my goodness!
Player left. No good. No good. We can't seem to find people who want to play together. We have 2 placement matches left, and then we can figure out where we stand. I do like how they do that. They kind of have you play around a little bit, see how you do. Do you know what the algorithm is for the placement?
No, I don't.
If anyone knows what the algorithm is, please let us know in the comments. I would be curious to see, even if you lost, if you played well, does it still place you higher than people who like played poorly but won? I don't know. Young Wolf says Roadhog and Hanzo I've been playing the most. Sweet. Are those your favorite characters, or we just happen to be good at Reaper, or is Reaper your favorite character? Derek says, I'm going to hop off and play some games. Enjoyed the stream. Thanks a lot, Derek. We appreciate you hanging out with us. And thank you for the kind words. Good luck with your games that you're playing. And if you're live streaming, we'll be sure to tune in when we get done here. Young Wolf says, Hanzo and Lucy are my fave characters. And Reinhardt's your favorite character, right?
Yep.
Capture the objective.
I'm not a young dad anymore.
I'm not a young dad any longer. Just like a really lame saying, like. Damn, dude.
No rest for the weary.
No rest for the weary, Jay.
No rest for the weary. Ooh, shut him down. Soldier on your right. Behind you. Okay, they're taking care of him. Never mind. Properly ruled all.
Ah.
Locking down the objective.
Rally to me.
Come here and get stabilized.
Oh. Could this be it?
I've got you in my sights.
Uno.
Oh no. That was a good moment to do that.
Yeah, it was.
If it was gonna happen. But he was right behind me. You gotta have perfect scenario for that one.
Group up with me.
I'm not a young man anymore.
I think it'd be fun to do voice acting for like a game like this.
Yeah, I would. And also like to then play it later.
I know.
See it come to
Yeah.
life.
It'd be really cool if you voiced multiple characters.
I wonder if it would be hard to play as the character that you voice acted, because you were always like judging, like I could have said that better, or like
Just like how like actors don't watch their own movies.
right.
Mission ain't over yet.
The mission ain't over yet.
Probably stop that.
I'm not a young dad anymore. Now I just wear socks and sandals.
Yeah, you were quoted in the last one, the last stream that we did together,
Oh yeah?
saying that you think he's more of a socks and sandals type of dad. So why don't you?
I'm not a young dad anymore. I need my cup of OJ in the morning.
All right, gotta run back to battle.
I need to iron my Hawaiian shirt. The grass is getting pretty long. I'm gonna have to go mow.
Dang. I really wish it wasn't a one-shot kill, but not much you can do about it.
Helden sterben nicht.
Oh, you got him. Oh, you almost got your ult. Ooh. Nice. I've got you in my sights. Oh, so close. That was funny. You both the soldiers on the team popped their ult at the same time.
I've got you
in my sights.
No, I've got you in my sights.
Till the fight's done.
Can somebody get on it? Oh, hate when that happens.
Yep.
Oh no, I have you in my sights.
You're mistaken.
Excuse me, sir. I heard that you said I had you in my sights, but that just cannot be correct.
Not be true.
I have you in mine.
What would you say your favorite map is?
Eichenwald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I really like the way it was designed and how it's, overgrown, but it's like it's a city, but it's like it's clearly seen some
Better
stuff,
days.
yeah, and how it's all overgrown. Plus, I like the castle concept and how you have to break down the door, and
Sure.
that's just really cool. The other maps don't do that.
Alright, so what if you get latched by Roadhog and you're being healed? Will you die instantly still?
Well, it depends on if he does 200 damage or not. If he does 200 damage to you, then yes, you'll die instantly. But if he does 199, no,
Right.
you will not.
Yeah, right, because you're being instantly healed, yeah.
Nice. Oh. Galactic Gamer says it sounds like we're doing a Batman impression.
No one.
I think I got half. Sounds like you're doing a Batman impression.
That's
it's by
okay,
the
because we're not a
mercy-
young man anymore.
If it's by the mercy, that person won't die coming from the Roadhog main.
Yeah, no, if you're being healed instantly back up, usually you're fine, for whatever reason.
Clearing the area.
Nice wall off.
Oh. Oh, nah. Nice. Oh.
I don't quit till the fight's done.
I think once we get our rank on competitive here,
Yeah.
we'll probably end the live stream. So we got 2 more games in us.
Oh. Pop it. I was gonna say pop it, then you could get all 3 of them.
Oh wow!
They're putting some work.
Does that count?
For a kill, yeah.
Sweet. 2-1. Round 3.
Team, you up here.
Group up. Need healing. Hello.
Capture the objective.
You gotta capture it.
Oh yeah, you gotta capture that objective, eh? Surprised they don't have any Canadian characters. What's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe some aren't. We just don't know yet.
Oh yeah, that's true, Farah. That'd be kind of cool. That would make sense with her rain dancer skin, because that is very out of place.
Ah man, I was even healing myself.
No rest for the weary.
No rest for the weary, Jay.
That's right.
That's right. Spoken by a true champion. No shotguns for you. Oh, I can't use it.
Everyone, heal up.
Me checking you.
I'm impressed.
Ah.
Do you need some healing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, please, God, yes. Oon! Oh, she went invisible. Ah. Ooh.
Headshot. For Soldier, try focusing more on headshots now that he's so up.
OP.
I don't quit till the
He's so
fight's
OP.
done.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Good info. Thank you. That's not gonna work. Can't look at the comments and try to run into Roadhog at the same time. It's just not gonna happen.
Dead yet.
Whoa. Whoa.
Team, heal up here.
Heal up here. Oh, oh, oh.
Wow,
That would have been a good time for y'all, yeah. Ooh, he probably just gonna play the game. Dang.
That's a nice skin.
El Blanco. Yeah.
The soul of dogs learned a few tricks.
Oh, ooh, ah, ting, tang. Walla walla bing bang. Oh, can you make it? I don't know why that pair is not going over there. Goofy.
To 2. Alright, friends. We need to capture this. Heal up, y'all.
He's not a young robot anymore. You can clearly see that because of all the moss on him. And the fact that he has a bird's nest on his shoulder. I don't think that's very safe for the eggs inside.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
What happens if they crack? I guess we're having scrambled eggs.
Spoken like a true soldier 76.
Oh. Oh, Nice. Oh, nah. Oh, get that mercy. Nah. Nice.
Anyone need some healing?
It's too quiet, man.
There's a scientist behind you. Look at that mercy. Trying to shoot. Oh, nice. Where's your heals? Where's your? Oh my! Is it? God.
Come here and get stabilized.
Come here and get stabilized.
Whoa.
Oh, is that mercy? Oh, dang. Nice. Alright, pop it.
I've got you.
And then turn around and get that tracer that just ran past you. Nice. I love the smell of pulse machines in the morning. Oh, she just killed herself. Maybe not. Oh, she flew back up. What a goof.
You got a lot to learn.
It's probably my longest kill streak yet.
How many kills do you have?
I think 11 right now. 12. I don't know if that one's gonna count though.
Yeah, I will. If you press the touchpad, you can see. 36.
Wow. Okay.
Got gold eliminations. Nice.
Everyone heal up.
Everyone heal up here. He's got you in his sights. He's ooh. 12-player kill streak. Nice.
Which Marvel and DC characters do you want to see fight each other, and who would win? Galactic Gamer said that, by the way.
I want to see. I want to see. Ooh. That's tough. I want to see. I think Hulk from Marvel fight. I'm trying to think of a good opponent for him.
Not dead yet.
Maybe Cyborg. Either that or Black Adam fighting someone like Thor. That'd be cool because they both use lightning.
Yeah.
I don't know who would win that.
No.
Or Green Arrow versus maybe Tony Stark, Iron Man. I feel like that'd be an easy fight for Green Arrow, though.
I'm not too sure. I Galactic Gamers, who would you like to see and why?
Ooh, Defeta.
I like those kind of questions though. You keep them coming. Oh man, he had 39 eliminations. And I only had 36. While Galactic Gamers is typing there, we do tweet. We tweet at Nation of LJ. You can find us on Facebook, which is getting some traffic, which is LJ Nation. We have our own website, which you can find everything consolidated into its own platform at nationoflj.weebly.com. Our website's been getting a lot of traffic lately, so thank you guys for hanging out there. And of course, you can find us on YouTube at LJ Nation, and we primarily tweet out news and stories as well as updates on what we're doing. And so, for those of you who are just tuning in, my name's Lou, and my partner and friend here, co-host name is Jay. We run the channel. Thank you for hanging out with us. This is going to be our last game, our last competitive game, and our 2-hour special live stream number 17. The first 2 hours of this live stream was discussing the 23 heroes you can play as in Overwatch, discussing their movesets as well as their backstory, how they're intertwined to all the characters, full lore presentation. And we appreciate everyone hanging out with us here on the new full-screened efforts on our gameplay here, reading the comments live as they come in, having a good time, and I hope you guys and gals are having fun too. So, once we find a game here, we can hopefully get going. Let's see. Alright, Route 66 it is. So now, when they have those little stars next to their name, is that,
like all those people?
yeah.
Okay, so that means that whatever their rank is, add 100 to it. Whatever their rank is, add 200, 300, 200, 300.
Okay.
So the stars basically just made 100 more than what their rank is.
Okay. Very cool.
Or not their rank, their level, I mean. So if you're level 27 and that person's level 27, they're actually 127 because they've like prestiged. In
Sure,
this,
right.
in
It's like
this
the
game.
prestige
Yeah.
factor of it. All right, Wolfgang says sniper battle. Who would win? Ana, Hanzo, or Widowmaker?
Hanzo. Duh. I don't know.
You got to back that up though. Why?
I don't know. Probably not actually. Maybe Widow.
I always want to side with the archer.
Yeah.
Just because of like the premise of like being an archer and having like those just instinctive skills. But I don't know. I feel like Widowmaker is a sloppier version of Ana. Because I feel like Ana's sniper rifle is a little... It just seems more crisp to me. Just like, I don't know, just the way that it fires and everything.
Yeah.
I just feel like she would be a more like clean... Especially because we're dealing with snipers. So Widowmaker wouldn't be able to use her automatic weapon. I just imagine Ana winning that battle. I just feel like she's just a cleaner sniper. I don't know why. That is purely based off of just my gut feeling. That is not researched, or I don't have anything to back that up.
Galactic Gamers responded by saying Captain America and Batman, and my reason is that the fight has never happened before, or at least he doesn't think so, and he thinks that Captain America would win by a landslide. I have to disagree with you on that one. I think Batman would win. I think that
That's an interesting battle. You know, like you normally hear like, you know, like very, not to say that those two aren't mainstream, but you normally hear, you know, oh man, you will receive a loss and be penalized for leaving.
I think that's a pretty classic mashup though, because they both have
that's true.
similar stories.
I like it because they're both not like, you know, they don't necessarily have superpowers per se.
Right.
I like that it's like a fair matchup.
Right. Especially with post-Civil War Captain America and how he's kind of a vigilante. They both have very similar kind of stories in that regard, almost. I think Batman would win though, purely just because Captain America, although he's a pretty strong guy with superhuman strength, I think that Batman would analyze his fighting tactics and be able to counter them. I guess it's all a question of whether or not Batman is using gadgets or not, because if he is, then I think that he would win, and if he's not, then I think it'd be a lot closer than...
Yeah, I think you need to evaluate the characters based on their entire arsenal that they would bring to a battle.
Right.
And so in that regard, I do think Batman would win.
Right. Also, I think that Superman versus either Thor or Hulk would be pretty cool, because Thor and Hulk have two of the strongest characters in Marvel.
Sure.
So I think that the strongest character in the DC universe versus
Not dead yet.
Thor, the strongest being, or one of the strongest beings, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be. That'd be cool to see.
And, you know, Thor's got his lightning abilities, and Superman can, like, laser eye, and it'd be cool. But, yeah.
What else we got?
War goes on.
Fire at will.
Whoops, did not mean to do that.
Dragon.
Oh, nice.
I've got Put you in my sights.
Diva online.
Mission ain't over.
Pick what 3 tanks do you think would like be the best battle against each other? If you had a 3 tank battle.
All going against each other.
Yeah.
Reinhardt, Zarya, and Roadhog.
And who do you think would win?
I feel like are they using are they just using like strength or
No,
are they just
they have everything.
Oh. I feel like Reinhardt would beat Roadhog, but Reinhardt and Zarya would be a closer matchup. And I don't know who would win that.
Okay.
No rest for the weary.
I think Reinhardt would beat everyone. I feel like
Yeah.
if you got smacked with that, with his hammer, and the fact that he can constantly be defending himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's right behind you.
What do you? Who do you think would win between Spider-Man and Wolverine?
Spider-Man. Not because Spider-Man could do enough damage to kill Wolverine, just the fact that I think that Spider-Man would have the ability to,
I think Spider-Man's a little more creative than Wolverine is.
yeah,
I think Wolverine tends to act impulsively on anger,
yeah. I feel like
where Spider-Man's a very childish and boyish nature would kind of be to his advantage.
right. I feel like Spider-Man could incapacitate Wolverine. He could just,
Oh, come on!
he could just web him up.
Ah!
Did you have 3 before
This
Lucio?
is gonna be great.
Stay out of my way.
I'm not a young man.
But I am an old
Just
man.
says it really quickly. I'm not a young man.
I'm not a young man anymore. I'm not a young man anymore. I don't know why you would think that.
Say it every time.
Just after every kill.
I'm not a young man. I just want you to know you got beat by an old man.
Ooh, Blue Beetle versus Iron Man. That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
That would be pretty cool.
30 seconds remaining.
Do you guys have one less player than they do?
Someone left, but it got contested. Zarya and Ryan, in my opinion, they're the most strongest.
Yeah. Black Widow and Batwoman.
Black Widow and Batwoman.
I don't know. They're both pretty similar, and they both have kind of gadgets.
Those are good questions. Really good questions.
I feel like maybe Black Widow, just because she's more of an assassin and has more experience.
I would say Black Widow for the same thing. I think she's a little more professional in the way that she does things.
Yep.
And so I think that constitutes you to assume that she's kind of seen more and that she has more in her arsenal.
Yeah. Also, I feel like she's more of a tactician than Barbara Gordon is. Oh, Riptire gets you every time. Oh, you rezzed. Get right back in here.
Be right back.
Nice. Round 1.
Score 0-2.
Switching sides. Prepare to attack.
A pad.
Select your hero.
I like the music for this level. So how many stars can you get?
You can get... Jay, how many stars do you have? Because I think you have one less than the maximum. I think you can get 5.
So Green Lantern and Iron Man. Ooh.
I feel like Green Lantern would win that.
I feel like Green Lantern would win it as well, but out of pure bias. Green Lantern is my favorite character, just because he can draw from...
It's up to 5. Okay, so you get 5, and then you get a silver portrait after that.
I don't know, I just...
And then you get a gold portrait, but I don't think anyone in the world has a gold portrait yet.
Really?
Yeah.
So Green Lantern's interesting because Green Lantern can pretty much
Construct anything at
construct
will.
whatever, yeah. And so I feel like even though Iron Man has a lot in his arsenal, I think that and then 6 your border turns silver and after that it goes golden, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what we all aspire to be. I have seen a golden portrait who mains Lucio.
Oh, wow.
Wow, very cool. Add that man to your friends list.
I feel like Green Lantern would win because he'd construct some sort of containment for Iron Man, and then he'd just squish him. You know? Or either that, or just like hold him, because you know how he can construct anything. So why wouldn't he just, you know, construct a big pair of hands, rip off his face mask, and then just throw him into space?
Well, I mean,
know?
Green
And just
Lantern
die.
has been beaten in several different instances throughout the comics, and so it is possible. Maybe Iron Man could then construct something to counteract Green Lantern because of his billions and billions of dollars and resources that he has. So maybe Iron Man could outsmart him. Who knows?
I feel like if they're not like preparing for the fight, though, they're not like setting stuff up in
Right, like they
advance.
just meet,
Right.
couple drinks. Hey, you know, I didn't like what you said about whatever about my family. Let's catch me outside. How
Catch me
about that?
outside, how about that?
And then they say, fine, I will. Okay, so if it's just raw fighting,
Yeah, I feel like Green Lantern would definitely win.
I can see that. In that regards, I agree.
What about... Who's the Marvel equivalent of Aquaman?
I can't say that I'm very well versed.
Yeah, I don't know much about Marvel other than the Avengers and like Spider-Man. What about Clayface versus Hulk?
I'm frozen.
That'd be interesting because Hulk, you know, smashes, but Clayface since he's just a formless object, he could, you know, just kind of blob.
Right.
And the Hulk wouldn't be able to counteract that because there's no way that he could, you know, like wash him away or anything.
Alright, fine. How about a gremlin versus How about a Gremlin versus a Pikachu? We're crossing platforms here.
Which Pikachu? Oh, a Pikachu. I said a Pokemon. Probably Pikachu.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'll find a Gremlin that was fed after midnight.
Well, yeah, obviously that's what I assumed. It's not gonna be just, you know, the cute furry state.
Alright, fine. A Furby versus a well-fed and followed the rules Gremlin.
A Furby.
You think so?
No, a Gremlin. Oh, a well-fed.
Yeah. He's not angry.
But Furbies don't fight. I'm guessing neither do the Gremlins before they leave. I don't know. I don't think they'd ever fight each other. I think they just admire each other's fluffiness.
Yeah, it would just be a standoff.
Yeah, definitely.
Fair enough. Did you ever own a Furby?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, God.
They were kind of creepy.
Sandman versus the Hulk.
Sandman is kind of the same thing as Clayface, I think. I think he's the less cool version of Clayface.
So what do you think?
Sandman's story's not really
I
good.
feel like Sandman could trap the Hulk and kind of immobilize him.
Yeah.
So I think, oh man, I just walked into getting pinned. So I think the Hulk wouldn't stand a chance. Last game show, them that you're not a young man anymore. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that. Could you please clarify?
Come here and get stabilized.
Oh. Last game show them that you're not a young man anymore. Putin versus Trump. Oh boy.
Putin would win. I feel as though as Putin would win.
You think so? Like
Yeah.
and like just straight
Like bar.
bar fighting? I don't
Knuckle.
know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Putin would win.
If we're just let's just judge. We won't judge politics, but let's judge just basic physique. I think Putin would win.
Oh yeah, definitely. You won.
Final score.
So you're getting your ranking right now, right?
Yep. Here it is. Our ranking.
Victoire.
I like he's holding up a huge mug. Play of the game. I love that skin.
Yeah, I was gonna buy that skin, but then I bought the other color version of it. Which was
The white one I like better, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Obama versus Trump.
Obama.
Straight fist fight.
Oh yeah.
I think Obama's a lot younger than Trump is. He might.
Yeah, I feel like Obama would pull some Cassius Clay, and
Nice win. Time for the grand finale.
here we go.
Here we go, young wolf.
A young wolf.
A young wolf you are.
Ah yes, you are your young
Level
wolf.
28. Loot box.
Loot
We
box.
can finish the live stream with the loot box. Here we go. Oh boy. 4 and 5.
264.
So how does that rank up?
You're in gold.
All right. So there you have it. Gold status. So we will finish off the live stream here with a loot box. And Galactic Gamers asks, Hulk versus Carnation.
Carnation? I think it means carnage. Probably not carnation, since that's a flower.
No, Hulk versus a Carnation, dude. Alright, so
$500.
$500. Hey! Well, we gotta do it's a duplicate, unfortunately. But let's see if we can buy a skin. Maybe we can buy some skins.
You might want to save up, though.
I want that Ana skin,
Oh, okay.
but I think it's
Tal. No, it's right there. Tal.
$750. Should we play more Ana?
Anna's a hard character to play. Don't you want to save up for a Hanzo skin?
Ah man, but I want the Year of the Rooster.
Oh, that's true. You can only buy it now.
What do you think the coolest? All right, how about this? In the chat, he was referencing Carnage. In the chat, what do you think the coolest skin is? And if we have the money, we'll buy it right now.
For Year of the Rooster,
For Year of the Rooster.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
Reinhardt.
You think so? Not the Zenyatta one?
Oh no, you already have the Zenyatta one.
Oh, we did get it. Yeah, we pulled it. I remember. Yeah, we
Yeah.
pulled it.
Reinhardt's is pretty cool. I also like. No, keep going down. That one, and then scroll over once on the left stick. That's his axe.
Yeah.
Instead of a hammer, it's like a cool axe.
Young Hanzo, and for the Year of the Rooster, the Roadhog skin.
Yeah, Roadhog's pretty cool. Young Hanzo is pretty great.
But the Roadhog skin,
Is expensive.
but he's just, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that he's got that.
That hook.
Yeah.
The hook is pretty cool.
Young Hanzo.
Young Hanzo's not a part of the Year of the Rooster, but it is
Yeah.
probably one of the best skins in the game. No, not Young Hanzo, Young Master. Did Jay say that? Did Young Wolf say that?
Yeah, he said Young Hanzo.
Oh no, it's not Young Hanzo, it's Young Master all the way.
May's skin's cool too.
Luna.
She's got the little robot dragon. Yeah, Young Master. Alright, so as far as Year of the Rooster, we got Roadhog. We can't afford Roadhog, unfortunately. I think we might buy Anna's
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Bastion or Winston.
We already got Bastion.
Yeah, we got Bastions. Here, we could show you. Here's Bastions.
Rooster.
Yep. And the Rooster animation's the same.
Which is unfortunate, but oh well.
And then Winston. Yeah, his is cool. I like those dragons on his back. I think we're going to go ahead and purchase the Ana skin, and we're going to try to play some more Ana, I think, in this next live stream that we do. Just because that skin is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and purchase that and apply it. And there she is. Sweet.
Happy grandma.
Well, that concludes live stream number 17. Again, Lou and Jay here. Thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. Got a lot of comment activity, a lot of people tuning in. Again, be sure, if you like the content, be sure to share it amongst your friends. Get them to join the nation. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you will. Of course, none of that's necessary. You can join us again next time. We will be using the feature that we will be saying upcoming live stream events on our YouTube page. So if you hit that little bell, it'll notify you when we do so. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Nation of LJ, and you can follow us and like our Facebook page at LJ Nation. Again, thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
From the Sofa Studio, it's been real. Take care, guys.